Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back to another Wasted Again in GlitzyFritzyVille. Welcome back. Today we're going to go through and I'm going to tell you about all of the products that are on my face and what they replaced. And then at the end, I'll tell you what I used up or panned. And if you'd like to see how we got here or what I have to say about all these products that I spent so much time with, then just keep watching. The last two containers I've had of this, I've had to put two on. I mean like 2 and 2 because they're like so thin, they tear before I can get them on my face. And I'm not really sure if Derma changed that or if they've got a bad batch, but I don't like that because you go through it twice as fast. Starting with eyeshadow first today, I ran out of the eyeshadow primer I was using. So you'll see that at the end with the things I used up or put a dent in, as in panned. We are bringing in the Lancôme. It's called Prime It, Boost It. So I'm going to put that on before I bust open another Sigma stick. I just want to kind of use up one of the ones that I have open because that's part of the reason we do this is to use up stuff before it goes bad so that we don't waste it. The eyeshadow palettes that I used for the whole month were these two. This is from Lancôme. It is Beige Brulee. I've got eyeshadow everywhere because they fell in my lap, but I need to put those aside so that I can wash them before I put them back in here. If I turn it to the side, maybe you can see that the first shade here has quite a bit of a dip in it now. This one here in the middle I've always used with my finger, so you can see that all of the shades except for this one now don't have the pattern on them anymore, so I did get quite a bit of use out of this. And then also the Pat McGrath with the green in it. I think it's the Sublime. Where I pretty much lived was right here on the end. That's where I pretty much lived all month long. All of this here, a couple of times I got the NYX glitter glue out, but basically I'm over having all the sparkle on my face. And I thought, what am I going to do for eyeshadow palettes? And I decided to get the biggest one of all. What's inside this is all my Sydney Grace singles. So today I've picked out 3 of their singles. We're going to use Tuxedo, which is black. We're going to use Serendipity, and it's kind of a champagne color, and we're going to use Puppy Love. We're going to get the GlitzyFritzy Essential Eye Set out. What? Ooh. And we're going to start with the E25, just like I always do.
So predictable.
So let's just dip into Puppy Love. I think you could safely say that a regret for me is all of the money that was spent on Pat McGrath eyeshadows. And it's not because they're not beautiful. They are. They're so beautiful. And you really get a lot because, like I said, I lived in that quad there at the end of that palette for almost the whole month. You can't even tell. So you get a lot of product, and you should for that amount of money. And it blends so easily and stuff. But, you know, what she's, I guess, so known for is these special shades that I just really kind of don't want to use anymore. That was a big waste of money for me. Now, if I was a consumer who didn't have a YouTube channel, that might be a totally different story. Like Linda from across the pond. She loves Pat McGrath. She probably has everything that Pat McGrath makes and loves and enjoys it, but she doesn't have a YouTube channel where she's constantly needing to keep moving on. The money that she has invested in her Pat McGrath collection isn't a waste. She doesn't view it the same way I do. You know what I need? I need to get in there and see if I can find drift. Hang on. There we go. Went right to it without even my glasses on. I'm going to use drift to kind of blow out the top of this. With the E21, I'm going to come into Serendipity and get that on here, and notice that's just a tiny little shader because I just want to come right here with a great deal of precision so that I don't get too much in the inner corner. Whoa, that was like blinding. I kind of did get a little too much. Oh well. E55, by the way, I've switched off here, and I'm just going to kind of pat that across. I really wanted you to be blinded by the light here. In a matter of seconds, I can totally go from, okay, you were doing really good, to bam, really out there. E36, we're going to do some skating here. Tuxedo to the outermost portion of my eye. Right there. Oh yeah, baby. I'm loving that. Let's get the E35. This brush can do so much more than I do with it. I like to buff with this fluffy brush. So I think I'm going to have a lot of fun this month just testing out different shades from Sydney Grace, and you'll just hear all about it later. So the brow products I focused on all month was these two pencils from Give Beauty, which are still going strong. Probably Hella Point is the closest to being used up. Here's how much Hella Point's left. Also the NYX pen, which is still going strong. I keep pulling in an extra one in case this runs out. For some reason it doesn't, but I'll tell you what it does do. As you get toward, has to be the end of its life, when you pull off the cap, I don't know why, but if you're not careful, this thing will flip color. See, did you see it? I've got a black shirt on, so this time it's not going to be a big deal. But this pen ruined my Tommy Hilfiger hoodie. I mean, I've been kind of mad and scared to use this ever since that happened. Let's face it, I do come in here in clothes. So I'm putting these away, and I'm also putting this away for just a little bit. I'm scared that I'm going to ruin more of my clothes. Also, I pulled these two products in so that I could see which one I like the best. Do I like this, Thick It, Stick It, or do I like using the Brow Lift? Neither one will let me come into my brow with product after they're on. To be honest, I probably use Thick It, Stick It more because I was in a hurry, and I found that in a hurry, I can just do the front of my brows, the tail, and then use this to go through the middle. So this probably got more use. But the more I use this, the more like a mascara that it pulls out a little bit too much. But I've gotten a lot more comfortable with this, and I really do like this product. And this here, I still like it. And I still like its little tool, but I did tend to spend a little more time with this. Like I said, it was just quick. I'm bringing in two other brow products, and one is my Laura Mercier pencil. I like that I can sharpen it. It's a quick, fast, easy thing. I'm also bringing in this, and it's from Lancôme. I love this pencil. It's one of my favorites. I think I can finish it up. I don't want it to just be sitting in the door drying out. And we're going to spend another month doing the laminate brows, and I'm going to be trying out and giving a good workout to Grande's new brow laminate. I want to see if this improves my brows in any way by using it for a solid month, and so we're bringing that in along with their little tool here. And I got to tell you, this might be the longest that I've ever gone without my Benefit 24 hours brow setter. I mean, it'll be 2 months by the time this is all over with that I've not used it. So let's do this in the front because it's more micro. I'll have all these products listed below so that you can check out the shades and stuff that I'm using, in addition to being able to find them on the web. And thank you very much if you use my links. It really helps my channel. It probably took me a good week to quit being afraid of Thick It, Stick It, because I kept thinking, I'm going to get too much. I'm hoping that I'll get that way with this product too, where I won't be afraid that I'm getting too much. Here's all the mascara still that I'm still working on. For the last month, I've been using this pencil, this dual-ended highbrow from Benefit. They sent it to me after I told them that I thought they ruined highbrow. Highbrow used to just be this linen pink, a whole pencil of it. And then they changed it, and the other end became a champagne. So let's look at those two. And I told Benefit that I wouldn't buy this product ever again. So here's the shiny side, and then of course pink linen. This is what I do with it, is I just come here and I will kind of clean up underneath my brow with it. Then I'll tap it out. In addition to making it dual-ended, they also brought out different shades, so that was good. I put this in here though for the month. I wanted to see, will I use up, because I thought I would use up this end and then I'd be stuck with just this. But you know, I think they're kind of even. I didn't think I would, but I have been enjoying taking it right here and just kind of highlighting. Now, this doesn't need any more highlight, but I'm just showing you what I would do. Not necessarily under here, but on the inner corner of my eye, it's just faster. So I might have been wrong about this. I'm going to keep this product in this basket and continue to use it because I want to know, how fast will I go through this now? And will I still continue to use this side more, or will they actually be even? I just want to know for my own research, is this pencil actually worth it? If it's gone by the end of next month, it may not be worth it. I don't know. The eyeliners that I had in here was this art liner from Lancôme, which I didn't use at all. You got to be careful. You can pour that right out of there. I lost a black one once like that. And this is blue. So I bought this to actually go with the denim palette of theirs. How intelligent for me to put this in the box and then not pull the denim palette in. So there it still is. Used this one quite a bit from NYX. I really love this pencil a lot. It's creamy. It's still as creamy as when I first put it in here. Sharpens nice. Does a heck of a job, but it doesn't stay in the water and tight line. It comes out after a little bit. I also pulled in this one, which I love so much, by Give Beauty. It is the blue that I did use. And when I wear this, people notice this. They're like, oh, that blue is so pretty. And it really is. So I enjoyed using this some more, but I did cheat. See, I answered my own question this last month. Can I go without a black liner? No, I can't. I pulled the Mario back in because it's the closest one. Actually, it's probably not, but I had just used it. So I pulled it back in to do my tight line. I like it because I can do my tight line, it doesn't transfer down, so long as I don't be blinking right after I put it on. But it doesn't stay in my waterline for the length of time I want it to. I like the Mario, don't get me wrong. It's just not the one that I love the most. So the eyeliners that are being brought in are the two new Give Beauty ones that I got. One of the shades I got of their new lineup is gray. And I'm wondering, is it a dark enough gray that I can get by with not having spiderwebs? We'll see. I think I am going to go ahead and pull spiderwebs in too. I'll use the gray in the waterline and the black in the tight line. I love this pencil. It's my favorite one. I mean, I may find something at some later date that I like more, but that ain't right now. I think that's going to be good because you know me. I love my grays. I think if you're a woman in your mature years, I think that gray is a great step down from black. This is also new. I want to spend a little bit of time with the Sephora liners. Usually I'll pull these out when I want some color. Okay, I've got a lot of these in colors, and I just want to know whether or not it will stay in my water and tight line because I've never really paid that much attention, to tell you the truth. But these are so creamy, and this is in Tiramisu. And the reason I'm telling you about it is because if you're interested in Subtle Brown by Give Beauty, this is an exact dupe. Before we move on, also coming into the basket is my new Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize. And no, I'm not going to put that on right now, but I want to use it. I bought it. I've wanted it for a long time, so I'm bringing it in to use it. Two concealers that I used for the month were Yensa, which I kind of regret even bringing in. It's not Yensa's fault, okay? I have fallen so hard in love with this that it's not even leaving the basket. I don't want to use anything else but this. It does such a good job for me. So this is really good. A good full coverage concealer. For me, though, it's just not as good as this one, which is staying in the basket. I'm sorry. I'm having too good a time. And so both of these are staying in this basket. I like to take the Sigma in first and then bring this in. So we're going to put a little bit of the Sigma right here because that's where I'm dark. Just this one spot right there. And the Sigma, it's actually a corrector. It's not a concealer. I use it as a concealer, but it plays really nice with this. I'm not picking out anything else. I'm just going to use these two. And you can see how far this has gone up. I think it's saying a lot that I'm keeping it in the basket. I mean, because I have other concealers that Lancôme, Dior, different ones that are so nice that you'd be like, oh, don't you want to use those? No, I actually want to spend more time with this. I really like it. The face primers that are leaving are this Tatcha and my NYX Marshmallow. Thoroughly enjoyed both. I did use this more though. I like the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Don't get me wrong, I really do like this. But I just found I really loved this. And this is good because another reason that I'm doing what I'm doing is because, you know, I myself will be going into retirement within a year or two. And I want to know, what do I love from the drugstore? So, you know, between the two, if I used this more than this, that says something to me. It should say something to you. I'm going to put them back in the drawer now. I want to bring in a couple of other things. This has been in my collection entirely too long. I'm not throwing this out or anything, but I am going to use it. And I'll just tell you right now that I already showed you guys in a video that I think that e.l.f.'s Halo Glow in the lightest shade is a dupe for this. So in the future, I probably will not, I'm not going to say never because you know what happens when you do that, but I like the Halo Glow just as well. This is coming in because I've had it entirely too long. If I'm not mistaken, this primer is kind of what I just did. Yeah, it's kind of a healthy glow kind of situation when I run out of this, and I just might. I have this. I'm going to try to use those two. And I want to spend more time with this because I tried this not that long ago and told you guys that this seems to me like it is a dupe for Lancôme's Prep and Prime Matte. Before I declare that positively, I want to use it for a while, not just once, and see. But it sure feels like it to me. So that's going in the T-zone. It's L'Oreal's 24-Hour Matte Setter. The foundations that are leaving that I spent all month with are these two. This is Lancôme's Care and Glow. Love it. This we can see it was brand new when it came in, and it really is down to here. So we're going to put these two up. Coming in to take their place is Lancôme's new foundation, the Tint Idole Ultra Wear, the reformulated one. I want to spend more time with this. I mean, first impression wise, yes, I did like this, but I'd like to spend a month with it before I say for sure, hey, this is better, or this is like one of my most treasured foundations. I want to spend some time with it. And I also want to spend some time with this, the Sephora Best Skin Ever. I just talked about this in a video for what I got from Sephora during the sale. And I was curious because when I put it on, I thought, is that this? Are they like the same thing? I don't know. I want to find out, so we're going to spend more time with it. Today, just for giggles, I think we'll use one on one side and one on the other. How about that? A pump of this did my whole face the other day. I'm going to wipe some of it off. You really don't need that much of this foundation. I mean, it's not a wear test or anything, so I'll use the same sponge, but I just want to know, because when I got done putting it on, I thought, wow, that reminds me of one of my higher end foundations, like the one I just used from Lancôme. So we'll see. But even if it's not, I think I'm going to have a good foundation month because I did like both of these. Initially, like I said, I've only used both of them one time. The Lancôme one is a lot more runny. Let's just see how that looks. Okay, there's a little bit of an argument going on over here with the primer. Well, I guess it happened on this side too. Could be I need to exfoliate because I wasn't feeling well Friday and didn't do that. So I'll know as the month goes on whether or not they are arguing. If you have that situation happening to you, check into your ingredients and see what you're mixing together on your face. Are you mixing a silicone primer with a water-based foundation? Are you not letting your skincare sink in before you start applying? Or, you know, is something expired? Like this is old. Maybe that product is expired now and that's why this is lifting over here. Next is powder. I had two in here. I have my beloved discontinued YSL Soufflé Éclat. I still probably have a couple weeks in here. I really thought I'd use this up. I love this powder so much. I'm keeping it in the basket. What really surprised me was how much I use this light mineralized skin finish from MAC. It's not that I like it better than this YSL powder, but I think there is a little part of me that was saying to myself, you know, no, don't use it all, Mary, don't. You'll never have it again. But that's the whole purpose here is, you know, to get rid of things that you need to be using them up. That's what started me using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish so much, was initially trying not to use all of my YSL. But we're going to do it. This month will be the last month for it. I just know that it'll be gone by then, so I'm putting that back in here. This will be replaced with another pressed powder. But look at this. If you've used this product, you know it has a hump. It's flat now. And then I dropped it on the floor yesterday. I was so scared to see the nick in it. Okay, so it broke right there, but thank goodness it didn't break all the way. But I have give this thing a workout, and I have found I really, really like it. I don't know why I'd never used it more. I'm going to put it up, and taking its place is going to be the new Laura Mercier. They sent this to me. Their Blur Powder, what is this called? Real Flawless Luminous Perfecting Pressed Powder. The new one from Laura Mercier. Bronzer, blush, and highlight. The bronzer and blush that I use this month, look how filthy that is. House Labs, you should do the same thing with your blush that you did with your bronzer. This doesn't show any nastiness. So here's the wear and tear I put on these two. I mean, you can't really tell. They got used a lot. Super impressed with them. This is very pigmented. Only takes a tiny bit of it, so that's why the H isn't more worn on it than it is on this one. But still, I mean, it's impressive. And I love this thing. It really is like velvet. The highlighter was my Dior, and I'm surprised that I only used this one time. And I know it's because the lid is broke, and it's a pain in the butt. So you got to take it out of the velvet thing, which I guess we didn't have to put it in there. But trying to get the lid open on this and then having to replace it, and it's just so much easier to grab my hourglass, which we will talk about at the end, all right? So I'm actually going to put the hourglass away for a month. I kind of don't want to, but I need to be using some other things. So before we move on to those blushes and stuff, let's do a little bit of concealing with my Mercier, which has stayed in here since the series began. I've never put this away yet. I keep this out for that age spot. Another thing I'm going to miss is the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzer. It's a cool color. Love it, love it. But we need to move over for some other products. So coming into the box is my Too Faced. This one is the Milk Chocolate. I'm bringing in 2 blushes. I want to spend some time with Sigma's new cream formula. It's so pretty. So I'm going to bring that in. Now that, I wish I had not done over powder for sure, but I thought I was going to use this. We're going to bring in this Pat McGrath. This is actually the shade Divine Rose, and I can't get it open again. If I don't use very much of this, that's why I can't get the thing open. But I'm sick and tired of this sitting in my collection and not getting used because I don't want that rose to go away. We're going to double blush, and I'm going to use this blush. And we're not going to care whether or not we make the rose go away because I paid entirely too much money for this to just let it set in a drawer. I'm going to pull in the Cookie highlighter from Benefit that I love, and we'll rely on it to give us that glow that the Hourglass powder did on my cheekbones and my nose. And that just leaves lipsticks. I'm keeping this in here because I really think I can finish it. This is by ColourPop. It came in the Pretty Please collection, and I think it's one of these products that you're never gonna not see the color. So it's not like you're gonna tell it's empty maybe. Because when I first got this, I only had to dip in there once. Now I have to go back in to get more. But this is the shade of that. It's a beautiful, beautiful shade. Really want to keep this in here because I pretty much used it every day. And that is Screen My Phone Calls by Give Beauty. Okay, here's where it is now. This smells heavily of cake. So if you don't like scent in your lipsticks, you're not going to like that. But other than that, I really, really love it. And because of that, I only use my Sigma Beauty. This is New Mod. I only used it like 3 times. So these were my shades. We're going to keep the ColourPop in so I can finish it up. The lip liners I used all month were from NYX and BK Beauty's Sweet Pea. You know, I enjoyed my lip liner month. And this is superb. I just really love this NYX retractable. I was having one of those moments where I think you can read my mind again. The lighter color is BK Beauty's Sweet Pea. Just super pretty. And, you know, I've been enjoying the NYX makeup that I bought. Very glad that I tried the brand. And, you know, because of that, I'm reaching out and trying more drugstore brands to see, am I missing something there too? I mean, you know your girl likes the high-end stuff, but I can't deny that I've been enjoying my NYX that I bought. The lip products that are coming in are these 2 lip liners from Wayne Goss. So there's these 2. This one is mauve, so that's going to be that one. And this one is Natural Berry. And these 2 Natasha Denona lipsticks from the I Need a Nude line. So Jennifer Averill. I think it'll work okay with those lip pencils. Also, I'm bringing this in. I've enjoyed this. Merit Beauty sent this to me, and I love it. It's pH balanced. The more of it you put on, the darker your lips get. Also being brought in, and this is a primer, is this lip primer from MAC. I want to use it up because I paid good money for it. It's just been sitting in a drawer, and I don't want it to get to a point where it was wasted. And I should have done that earlier, so we're not going to count that today. I should have exfoliated my lips too. I like this kind of a lip liner that's more on the dry side to hold my lipstick in. That's why I like Lancôme and Mercier's so much. And the setting spray that's leaving is e.l.f. It was brand new. You can see I've used quite a bit of it, and I've enjoyed using this setting spray. Coming in to take its place, Charlotte Tilbury. Look, it's almost empty. We're going to use that. I also have another one coming in. It's not Charlotte. I know you guys know I just bought a Charlotte. The one that I'm going to bring in to take that one's place when I've plowed through it, and I will, is the Urban Decay All-Nighter. Urban Decay sent this over, so I just want to see. A long time ago, this was it. This was the one to beat. Let's give it a shot for a month and see if I even like it anymore. Let me put on a scarf or something if I can get my hair to do anything. It feels like straw today because there's so much product in it. I may not be able to control it. So let me go do something with my hair and I'll be back to talk about the things I used up or panned. This month I used up 2 things and I panned another. First is this Sigma eyeshadow stick. It's their primer. I love it. I have 3 in backup that I bought. I don't want you to think that I don't buy Sigma and that I just use it because they send it to me. I think it's the best one out there, but you know, we'll see. I'll spend a month with something else and we'll see. No, I guess this is debatable if this is actually empty or not, but I'm having trouble getting any out. You guys know I'm not a gloss girl, but if there is a gloss that I could go through, it's one like this that has some kind of a lip plumper in it because I like that effect on my mouth. I'm calling this done. There's just the tiniest little bit right down here. I'm not going to put that back in a drawer. This thing can't really reach it that well. It doesn't hardly pull anything off anymore. So yeah, calling that done. And then this, my Hourglass. This one is in Luminous Light. I have hit pan. Yeah. I really want to keep this in the basket because I have just fallen in love with my Hourglass powders again. But if I do that, I won't ever use my highlighters. So this is just, I'm going to put it away. Not guaranteeing I won't pull this or another one out next month, but for right now. And that is it. That's what I used up or panned. Tell me, because this is a thing we're on together. This is a journey we're on together. What did you use up or pan this month? No, I'm proud of you. You know what else? You're the best part of the Fritzy family. And also, if you aren't having a blessed day, the way you can get one is to go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya. Bye. And I'm out.
I can't keep things out of my crotch while I'm trying to film. This whole month, I'm just going to pull out singles. Maybe. I think I just broke them all now. She's always so predictable. No, I don't think that they were doing that. I think they were playing guitars. She's always so predictable. Actually, that's not what they're saying. It sounds like a squeaky haunted house door out there. What is it? Who is it? Are they coming to get me? Why do I always think people are coming to get me? Oh, good. It's a lawnmower. Blinded by the light. Okay, how many of you got those lyrics wrong? Oh, yeah. Let's put a little drama in this situation. Can we do that? Let's see if we can make our nose go. You know, I'm not a bare naked lady coming in here to do my makeup. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I'm angry. Bare naked ladies. I'm not going to just put on makeup and go, oh, I hope this turns out pretty good. Peter, you idiot. I'm going to experiment with my makeup and go, oh gosh, Peter. I mean, I go through them, you know, like yesterday I wore the roller lashes. It's just not the same color. Now that might not be as big a deal if you're not me, Peter. But I kept it in here because I wanted to see if I would completely flip people off. I'm going to run some puppy love. And they called it puppy love. We're just trying to get Donny Osmond to pay attention to me, please. No. If I don't get mad at it all month because I can't open it. How do you open it? Open sesame. Open sesame.